Greetings, financial enthusiasts and seekers of wisdom alike. Today, we delve into an ancient text that offers profound insights on wealth and righteousness. We explore Psalm 37, 16, 17. This passage highlights a fascinating contrast. The modest belongings of the righteous versus the abundant wealth of the wicked. A mere glimpse into this verse reveals a world of wisdom applicable to our modern financial practices and perspectives on wealth. The principles embedded in these lines are not just of historical or religious interest. They shed light on the essence of wealth, challenging our contemporary understandings and priorities. They prompt us to question, what is the real value of the wealth we accumulate? How does it compare to the virtue of righteousness? These are deep waters, rich with insights that can guide our financial decisions and shape our attitudes towards wealth. So let's dive into these verses and unearth the wisdom they hold for us today. We start with the concept that the little possessed by the righteous is more valuable than the wealth of the wicked. This notion might seem counterintuitive in a world where wealth is often equated with success. But let's delve deeper. In the biblical context, value is not just about the number of zeros on your bank statement, but the source of your wealth and how it's used. The righteous, though they might have less in terms of material possessions, their wealth holds greater value because it is earned and used righteously. They acquire their wealth without exploiting others, and they use it to help those in need, to build communities, and to further the common good. Contrast this with the wealth of the wicked. This wealth might be vast, but if it's obtained through deceit, exploitation, or harm to others, its value diminishes in the eyes of the divine. This perspective can be transformative in our modern world where the pursuit of wealth often overshadows ethical considerations. So, how does this relate to our financial attitudes today? Think about the decisions you make in pursuit of wealth. Are they aligned with principles of honesty, fairness, and compassion? Or are they driven purely by self-interest, with little regard for the impact on others? This is not to say that wealth itself is bad. On the contrary, wealth can be a powerful tool for good when used righteously. The key is to strike a balance between the pursuit of wealth and adherence to righteous principles. Consider the concept of socially responsible investing, where investors choose companies that align with their ethical values, or the trend towards ethical consumption, where consumers prefer brands that demonstrate social responsibility. These are modern examples of how we can align our pursuit of wealth with righteous principles. As we can see, the value of wealth goes beyond its monetary worth. It's about the source of that wealth, how it's used, and the impact it has on the world around us. In this light, the little that the righteous have truly becomes more valuable than the wealth of the wicked. The psalmist didn't stop there. He goes on to talk about the temporary nature of wicked prosperity. This is a critical point that the psalmist illuminates for us. To the untrained eye, it may seem like those who cut corners, those who cheat and steal, are often the ones basking in unimaginable wealth. But the psalmist knew better. He knew that this kind of prosperity, born out of wickedness, is but a fleeting illusion. The psalmist understood that the power of the wicked, no matter how formidable it might appear, is destined to be broken. Like a brittle twig, it may seem strong for a while, but under pressure, it snaps. This is the fate of wicked prosperity. It's like a house built on sand, destined to collapse. While it may be difficult to comprehend, especially when we see the wicked flourishing, it's a timeless truth that continues to hold relevance in our modern financial landscape. Now let's bring this principle home to our contemporary financial challenges. We live in an era where it's easy to be seduced by quick riches, where the allure of easy money can lead us astray. But remember the psalmist's wisdom. The prosperity of the wicked is temporary. It's a bubble that will eventually burst. This understanding can be a powerful tool to navigate the volatile financial landscape. It can help us resist the temptation of unrighteous wealth and remain steadfast in our pursuit of righteous wealth. So when you see the wicked prospering, don't be disheartened. Don't let it shake your faith in righteous living and honest work. Remember that righteousness endures. While the wicked may seem to prosper, their wealth is fleeting. On the other hand, the wealth of the righteous, though it may seem little, is enduring and blessed. In the grand scheme of things, it's not about how much wealth we accumulate, but how we accumulate it. It's about aligning our financial practices with righteousness and integrity, So let's not be swayed by the temporary glitter of wicked prosperity. Yes, wicked prosperity may seem appealing, but remember, its time is limited. Here's the comforting part: the Lord upholds the righteous. This assurance is not just about spiritual matters, but it also touches on our financial lives. When we align our financial decisions with righteousness, we're not just following ethical principles, we're walking a path that leads to enduring success. Let's take a moment to truly understand this promise. The word uphold suggests support, sustainment, and strength. It implies that the Lord not only observes, but actively aids those who choose to live righteously. In the context of finances, this means that our righteous actions and decisions in managing wealth are not in vain. They are seen, they are supported, and they are likely to prosper. This isn't to say that the righteous will never face financial challenges. They will. But the key difference lies in the promise that they are not facing these challenges alone. The Lord is there upholding them, providing wisdom, resilience, and often unexpected resources. Now let's look at some real-world examples. Consider those who've chosen to run their businesses ethically, even when cutting corners could have led to quick profits. Time and again, we see that these businesses build a strong reputation, loyal customers, and sustainable growth. They might not become overnight billionaires, but their success is steady, and it's real. Or think about individuals who, despite having limited resources, prioritize generosity and help others. They might not make headlines with their actions, but their lives are rich in ways that can't be quantified. These examples reflect the impact of aligning our financial practices with God's principles. The path of righteousness in finances might not always be the easiest one. It might require patience, sacrifice, and faith. But it's a path that leads to a success that is deep, meaningful, and enduring. The promise of divine support is a beacon of hope for those who choose righteousness. It reminds us that when we prioritize ethical financial practices, we're not just doing what's right, we're also doing what's wise. We're setting ourselves up for a success that goes beyond numbers in a bank account. We're building a legacy of righteousness that can withstand the tests of time. Wealth can be a double-edged sword, especially when it comes to our character. It has the potential to shape us for better or worse. It can either refine us into better versions of ourselves or conversely lead us astray, causing moral decay. Imagine an individual who gains wealth through unrighteous means. This person might initially experience a surge of power and freedom. Over time, however, the ill-gotten gains can erode their character, leading to a sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, or even a disregard for the law. This is the trap of wealth gained without integrity. On the other hand, consider someone who has earned their wealth righteously. This individual, guided by principles of honesty, hard work, and fairness, is likely to use their wealth in ways that reflect these values. Their character remains intact, even enhanced by their financial success. Here's the crux of the matter. Wealth in itself isn't inherently evil or good. It's a tool, a resource. What truly matters is how we acquire it and how we use it. Our financial decisions should be guided by principles of righteousness and integrity, not by a relentless pursuit of wealth at any cost. This approach to wealth isn't just about being good or moral. It's about creating a life of true prosperity, one that goes beyond the balance in our bank accounts and reflects the quality of our character and our relationships. Wealth, when not handled wisely, can lead to our downfall. Now let's bring these principles home and apply them to our finances today. The importance of prioritizing righteousness over wealth cannot be overstated. When we put righteousness first, our financial decisions become more than just transactions. They become a reflection of our values and beliefs. This perspective can transform our approach to money management. Instead of chasing after wealth, we begin to see our finances as a tool for good, a means to bless others and to uphold righteousness in our world. Here are a few practical tips to align your financial practices with these biblical principles. First, consider the source of your wealth. Ensure your income is earned righteously. Second, be intentional about how you use your wealth. Look for opportunities to bless others and uphold justice. Lastly, remember that wealth is not the end goal. Righteousness is. Remember, your financial decisions should reflect your values. So, what have we learned today? We've looked at the value of righteous wealth and understood that it's not about the amount but the source and use of it. We've explored the fleeting nature of prosperity gained through wicked means and the enduring success that comes from the Lord upholding the righteous. We've also discussed how wealth can impact character and how biblical principles can guide our financial decisions. As we conclude, I challenge you to reflect on your financial practices in light of biblical principles. And don't forget to click on our thumbnail for more insights on the value of righteous wealth and the temporary nature of wicked prosperity.